And we're going to do a quick energy check-in. It's late in the afternoon here in New York. Was enjoying the warm weather earlier. We'll just take a few out today. See who comes on. See how you guys are doing with all of these solar flares and things of the such. How's everybody doing? Hi, Miss K. How are you? I'm going to get ready to pull the general message in a few. Hi, Yvonne. How are you? Waiting for the soul tribe to enter the chat. But then again, this is a little later in the day. So we'll do our best. Margie, how are you? Louise, you are on my mind. You are on my list. Because you know what I'm going to ask you when I text you, right? Miss K, I'm well. How are you? Happy Friday indeed, Margie. How are you? So you know what? Before everybody else comes on, and it's just us, keep hitting that like button so we can stay relevant in the TikTok algorithm. I'm just going to go ahead and pull the message for you guys, right? So that's Lady K, Margie, and Louise. Of course you did. Congratulations, right? Right in alignment. I'm still getting these flags. Right in alignment with the new moon, right? Congratulations. It was a challenge getting here, but you got here. And kudos for not giving up the faith. That being said, Holy Spirit, what message do you have for the collective on this Friday? Those few fine folks that are with us at this time, you are welcome. Let's get some more. If you would like a personal reading, that information's in my profile. We won't be doing, okay. Any mini readings on the live. I'll take one more for good measure. So, because Louise and Lady K and Margie were the first amongst to be here, this message might resonate with them the most and heavy on the mic, because I set the intention for you guys, because we're so late in the day. Alyssa, I'm glad you caught it too. How are you? All right. So, you know, Margie, how we started saying it took a while and you never gave up faith, right? This is the start with this new life. And this is a general message, but it's kind of being pointed at one person. Always take what resonates and leave the rest. This is the beginning, right, of things changing for the better for you. I know we have a lot of chaos going on in the planet, on the planet, and around the planet, right? We got those two moons. We got two moons now, right? That mini moon, do we really know what that is? Because, you know, have we seen it? We're being told about it, but have we seen it with our own telescope eyes? We have solar flares that are inundating the earth, and whenever there's a moment of powerful solar flares inundating the earth, those are downloads. Those are energetic changes, right? We just had the solar eclipse, the last one of 2024. Saturn is still retrograde. The list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on, but they all are working together. They're all conspiring together to get you to that new life, which is dawning. It's not here yet. What you've got is just a little, they're showing me a smidgen, right? A tiny, tiny taste. Like if you were looking at a teaspoon, it would be like at the very, very, very tip of the teaspoon, right? When you hold on faith, or we shall say, when you have the faith of Job, Everything can fall apart around you, but long as you hold on to your belief, your faith, your knowingness, everything that was lost gets replaced with at least double. And then we had all of these cards come out over a new life. We have Go the Distance, that chaos and conflict, but look what it's facing, right? Co This just says in oracle form what Spirit just said, right? This is your confirmation. You're being ushered into that land of milk and honey, and that news is just the first step. The entire universe, all this chaos, right? Because if we go to the Big Bang Theory, right, the universe was formed in chaos, right? All this chaos is bringing you that 33 to your happily ever after, whatever the land of milk and honey means for you, whatever happily ever after means for you. And this is on every level. I know we talk about love a lot, but this is on every level. Rest assured that no matter what's going on in the world, you will be just fine. You will make it to your finish line. Whatever you designated as your finish line, you will make it there, and you will have that happily ever after on every level. And look at that. Look at that. The good lady. And that's 6, and that's balance. Right? Libra season. Happy birthday to all my Libras, all my Libra moons, Venuses, and risings. Y'all can celebrate too, because why not, right? But this is definitely coming into that stage of life where you manifest it all. It's definitely giving Empress energy, right? A lot of you, not just one person, because there's a lot more people. When it was just like 7 of us, I couldn't like keep saying your name, but there's a lot more of us now. So you know who I'm talking to, right? You're finally arriving, and it's better to arrive late than not at all. Next, we have Small Child, which talks about expectations and round and round. And this round and round, even though it's upright, it's talking about cycles completing. As long as you learn the lesson and take away from it what you need. You know how they say out the mouth of babes? A lot of you are being asked to not only pay attention to the signs, but pay attention to what the children around you are saying. Even if it's that random kid at Walmart that's just running amok and runs by you and says 2 words. Those words come with profound meaning, and that's for somebody in particular. Next, we have Yin, which talks about peace, and Murky Thoughts, which is in the reverse, which talks about making sure, checking in with self and making sure we're having clear thoughts about whatever it is we're facing. We're seeing things as they are, not as we want them to be or as we think they are, right? We're not stuck in our delulu that we're imagining things that aren't there and then acting from it, right? There's one thing to act as if, and there's another thing to be so deep down the rabbit hole you're not seeing things clearly. And lastly, we have Poised. But this person is in the position to receive every single thing that they've been hoping for, wishing for, wanting for in abundance. It might show up as a small trickle at first, like that first step, and Spirit saying this is like the tiniest, it's the tippy tip of the teaspoon of blessings coming in for you, and that a lot more is to follow. That is the message. That is the message for the collective. Hey, figure it fit. Let's see who else is here. Boogie, woogie, woogie. How are you? I didn't even get a chance to say. I tend to not look at the comments as I'm channeling. I may glance down from time to time and catch something, but I tend not to. So I'm going to get to your comments now. Loca, how are you? Or we ride at dawn. Your blessings better come through, or we ride at dawn. Let's go. How are you, beloved Auntie? Hi, babes. How are you? Miss Nicole. How are you? How are you? How are you? The grandchildren. I need to smudge on the new moon. Like the new moon we had like 2 days ago, new moon, or the next new moon. Where are we at? And Leah had to get, that's okay. That is okay. Libra season, we're going to keep saying it until Scorpio season. Libra season is about bringing up balance in our lives. October, and a lot of us are not paying attention to it, but October tends to be the time where ish hits the fan and we're being called to let go of something so we can receive something else. And a lot of us are just so like, in the mix of having to go to work, having to prepare for the holidays, having to switch the seasons, right? That we don't realize that we're undergoing huge transformations. So that by the spring, what existed prior to October, if it wasn't for our highest and greatest good, probably doesn't exist, or at least on its way out if we allow it. But some of us, despite getting the message, we hold on so tightly to the very thing, even if it's just a thought that we should be letting go of. And you're a Libra. Of course, Margie. Of course, right? Of course they would highlight you during your season. What are we doing with this second moon? I can only deduce, right? Because I don't have I'm not marketing anything. STFU, TikTok. I don't have a super duper telescope. But I can say, if they're calling it a second moon, it must affect the Earth just as the moon does. And I think anything that orbits the Earth will have some type of effect. So when you think of all the things that the moon does, the second moon is just going to amplify it. So if people are even deeper in their emotions, especially moon Cancers, moon Libras, moon Geminis, they might be having the toughest times. If you know somebody who has their moon in Gemini, check on them. They might be having a rough time through. And it's crazy. This thing is only going to stay with us until like the first or second week of November. And then Saturn goes direct. A coinky dink? I think not. Let's see who else is here. Did I say hi, Sunny? Hi, Sunny! The Empress herself is with us. Honeybee, how are you? Alyssa, thank you. Hi, Raekwon. Oh my God. I'm about to hit the moon. I am so proud of you. I know you just saw my message, but you've been at this for so long and it feels like you're hitting a stride. Please keep going. Please. We need you. So keep going. Keep doing your thing. Who else is here? So we're not going to be on the live for long as it hits 333. I'm going to open up the floor to any general spiritual questions that you guys might have. If you need a personal reading, that's different. You guys know where to get those, but this is for the collective. With all the cosmic happenings and all the earthly happenings, I leave it up to you on this beautiful Friday what you guys would like to discuss. Snow and her Gemini moon. Oh, well, there's one. We've accounted for one of them. Oh my gosh. Congratulations to your niece, Honeybee. She picked the perfect time. This is a very auspicious, we shall say, time. Much love to you as well. I must have a moon in Gemini because when was the last time you pulled up your birth chart, Miss Nicole? Have you ever pulled up your birth chart? Let's start there, right? Because it's not just the sun time, right? Our sun sign, it's our sun sign, our moon, our rising, our Venus, our Mars, right? We usually focus on the big three, which is our sun, moon, and rising, but it's the totality of that whole chart that make us who we are. And we're more of our rising sign than we are our sun sign. It's okay. It's okay. It's truly, truly okay. How do you find better balance in your life? Alyssa, it starts by taking a breath and taking stock of what's causing the imbalance in your life, right? Especially when Spirit just mentioned, like we get caught up in the things that we have to do, our day to day, our sticking to that schedule, sticking to the script. Sometimes we need to take a few steps back from that to see if that even still works for us, especially if we've been doing the same thing for a long time. And by a long time, I mean more than 2 years, like going to the same job, having the same routine. Take a step back and see if this is working for you. Identify the parts that are and the parts that aren't, and do both of those things, either align or do not align with the vision that you have for your life, the dream that you have for your life, where you want to be at this point in your life. Because once you've done those three things, it should be made clear, painfully clear sometimes, what steps you need to take to usher in that balance, right? We could wave our magic wand, we could pray, we could light a candle, but first we got to do the objective work of really saying to self, this is working, this is not working, this is what I've been putting up with, why am I putting up with this, right? That's a start. Let me know once you've started. Well, great for acknowledging that you've become such a hermit, but that leads us as to why, especially when there's so much going on outside of that bubble you put yourself into. Why are we going in, or especially with your energy feels like it's being pushed out? Like you got things to do, people to meet, folks to help. And that would also affect your balance. And look, you joke around a lot, right? That clock is ticking business. Write it down somewhere where it's always going to stay with you. Because you may inadvertently manifest this at a time that you don't even think it's possible. But don't forget, people like yourself and a lot of the collective, right? These higher echelon spiritual folks, we make things happen when they're supposed to happen, not when man says that it can only happen between this time and that time, right? We remember that we are the magic, right? And we could bippity boppity boo ourselves into just about any situation. Granted, we are in alignment with divine timing. That would be funny if let me do my math, 25 years, you're like, I thought I was done. I have another one on the way. We've all heard the stories. We've all heard the stories of people thinking they're entering menopause or perimenopause and they haven't seen their cycle and they thought it was that, and they go to this hospital with stomach cramps and they come home with a brand new bundle of joy. As much chaos is happening in the world is as much miracles we're having. every single moment of every single day. So, Alyssa, your hermit mode serves a purpose. You're healing. And you can't show up for the world in the way your guides want you to in your unhealed state. Very proud of you, by the way. With so much that's happened, you're very brave. Take this moment to, stay in your bubble, right? Balance within before we start to look on the outside, going back to how spirit laid out what's working, what's not working. Seek to attain that balance within, that healing within, before you could even tackle that part of the task. If I get physically pregnant, you see, y'all be using your words. Oh, willy-nilly. But hey, stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened. Right? And we all know they got the money anyway, so might as well make good use of it. Hello, Sarah. How are you? From the UK, we love having guests and visitors from the other side of the pond. I love it. I love it. I love it. We did say we're not going to stay on too long because it's late for us, right? We're usually on much, much earlier in the day. I'm from New York, guys, by the way, for the new folks that are here. I'm well, Sarah. Thank you. Lights candle. Bring them in now. Bring it like right now. Knocking on your door, right? Like the electric company the other day. That was funny. Before we wrap up the live, do we have any more general questions, thoughts, feelings? It could happen, right? They keep saying that, if you want to meet someone, you got to go out. They're not going to land at your front door. They might. And I guess that's confirmation. Oh, they might. They might. Oh my goodness. So yes, any more questions, thoughts, feelings? Generally speaking, am I still on the right track? There's still that battle between your higher self that your spirit wants to grow into and your lower self that is with the shits, for lack of a better word. Go ahead, TikTok, do your thing. There's that struggle, but that's normal, right? Because you're here as one seeks to get dominance and they're all trying to, state their cause, state their point as to why they should be in the front seat. But then one is going to you're eventually going to grow into that space. So as for being on the right track, yes, staying on the right track might be questionable, right? Because there's still triggers that can easily knock you off your track. And once you think you've mastered a trigger, a bigger one is on its way, right? So really make sure that you've mastered it, and then you'll come to a point where these things don't even bother you no more. And that's when you know that you've began the ascension into your higher and greater self, the higher and greater version of self. There's still this feistiness that just wants to take control, but it's okay because, this is who we are, and then we grow. Nobody stays the same. It's, we all have to evolve. You're evolving in a most beautiful way. Who ordered DoorDash? Can I add something? I looked down and all I saw was DoorDash. The UPS man and the FedEx man could be him. I'm just saying. I'm just saying it could be. Could be. UPS won't deliver me they might. never know. If anything, these past 24 months has shown us is that life could show up any way that it chooses, and it likes to surprise us. So we can't rule anything out, right? Hey, Jim. And part of me, I can't lie, figure if it. Part of me is like, yeah, with the feistiness, like I can relate. So of course, like I'm gonna be like, it's understandable, but we're still growing and healing and becoming. It's the beautiful part of it. Acknowledging that feisty part is like the hardest part of it. So you're more than halfway past it. All right, my lovies. I'd like a nice surprise too. I would like a nice surprise in the form of some loaded nachos. I would like those. October, well, good is relative, right? Good is relative because what's good for me might not be good for them. Wait, different strokes. Isn't that TV show? Yes, the old time TV show, right? So good is a relative word. A better word is highly transformative because of all the cosmic happenings, all the planetary movements, this rogue second moon that we've received, and I can't place, even going back to our early philosopher days, I can't place another time in history where we've had two moons. And you want to talk about crazy random things happening? Let's talk about what happened at the Japan airport where a US bomb detonated after being dormant for 80 years. Like, WTF? How does that even happen? Why would you even build a runway there for your airport, right? But we're going to keep hearing random bits of craziness because we're truly in some unprecedented times. So good, I don't know, right? Transformative, yes. Will that transformation be easy? Probably not, right? When we're at the gym, when we're looking for those gains or we're looking to lose weight, after not being active for a while, it's challenging. Change always comes with some type of challenge. It will be worth it. It will definitely get us closer to our happily ever after. It will get us closer to having that wish fulfillment on every single level. In a nutshell, yes. Yes. Hi, Blue Rose. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Sunny, I want a surprise from the form of a large bank deposit, just as long as that's coming from Wells Fargo or Bank of America. Please and thank you. Too funny. Too funny. All right. So it's only October 4th, right? And I feel like only because every day brings another a bit of WTF news, not just news, just like, wait a minute, what is going on, right? We should be due for some kind of rogue comment at this point. Right? Take it all in stride. And the biggest thing of all, these next few months, especially once we get around December and the calendar year is about to transition over and we really start preparing for the astrological new year, you really got to lean into your own intuition because there's going to be a lot of false flags, a lot of illusions being projected to the collective. And at that point, I would hope that we've gotten really, really good at separating fact from fiction, distractions from where we should really be pouring our attention into. And of course, as always, trusting the process. And if you ever need to chit chat, you know where to find me. You know where to find the Soul Tribe. Sarah, you are definitely welcome. Because, right? Look out, what is fiction? What is it, right? What is it? What is it? What is it? Enjoy the rest of your day or your evening, right? Because it's evening time on the other side of the pond. And as always, stay blessed.